Today, let's talk about metamorphosis. So, what is metamorphosis? It is a complete change of form as a part of natural development, right? For example, take a caterpillar. It builds a cocoon for itself, and then after a few days, it transforms into a butterfly. But this phase of metamorphing itself from a first dimensional creature to a third dimensional creature, it takes a lot of pain, and through taking that pain, it transforms into that beautiful creature. So, this is the general meaning of what metamorphosis is. And if you see Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis, and if you see what Franz Kafka's life was about, if you critically analyze his works, you will see this novella has an very autobiographical touch in it. The events of Metamorphosis is parallel to the events of Kafka's lives. They both are closely related. So first, let's see the author's description about the author. Let's talk about the author. So Franz Kafka's father was an ambitious and a very bullying shopkeeper. And Franz Kafka never was in good terms with his father. But his mother was a wealthy brewer's daughter, who married beneath her ranks, as his father was just a shopkeeper, and her mother's social rank, her mother's family in the social rank was higher than his father. But still, they got married. Kafka was the first child, and he was born in 3rd July 1883 into a German speaking Jewish family in Prague, and it was the capital of Bohemia. In that time, in 1883, this place, Prague, this country, was a part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And in 1924, Franz Kafka had died. At first, Kafka was not sure and he didn't intended to become a writer. But later on in 1915, his works were published. So this was the author's description. And for the introduction to this novella, it was published in 1915. And the story is about a traveling salesman, Gregor Samsa, who once on waking up sees himself transformed into a creature, an insect like creature who is large, monstrous, as, for example, take a dung beetle and enlarge it. He looks just like that. And when you wake up seeing yourself in that form, you are truly astonished. So, this novella takes you through the experience when guy, when this person, Gregor Samsa, transforms into an insect. And Kafka has never given any explanation or any cause that gives us the idea of how he was transformed. It just throws us in the middle of this panel. For example, there is a Greek device, I think so. Uh, it's a poetic device from, I don't know from where it is, but it's called medias res, where you are dropped in between the story and it starts to elevate from there. So this novel deals with Gregor attempting to adapt to his situation, and his family also has to be burdened after seeing him transform into this and have to do double jobs because Gregor was the only earning member of his family. So, this novel, Metamorphosis, when I first started, I dropped it after reading 10 pages because I didn't have that intelligence, or I didn't have that mindset to adapt to these kinds of stories, these kinds of novels. But the last day I read it, and it was such kind of an experience where, if I tell you the story starts as Gregor, who was a traveling salesman, wakes up and sees himself transformed into an insect, like a dung beetle, and he doesn't know what to do. So he has to wake up and go for his job, but was not able to because of this transformation. And soon after that, his uh, his boss, not his boss, soon after that, his manager comes home and asks him to get out of there and go to his job. But he was not able to because of this state he was in. But they were pushing him through and through and through. And after some time, he came out and let them see in the state he was in. And they were all astonished. Because before that, they were thinking that Gregor is in some kind of pain, he is sick. But after seeing that, everyone just was scared of him. So, this transformation, this metamorphosis, is not just about Gregor himself, but about his whole family. And how, when some person, a guy who is the earning member and the sole earning member of the family, gets transformed and is not able to earn for their family, where a guy who was providing everything for his family and he is not able to now. So his family's point of view of seeing him changes. They take him, they are so burdened with him that his sister, Grete, she start working. Gregor had many plans for his family. He kept them in a good house, and actually, Gregor's father was really in debt to the boss of Gregor. That's why he started working there, so that he could clear off his father's debt, and earned a lot more to take care of their family. But soon after that, after this transformation hits him, their family, Gregor's plan before that was on Christmas Eve, he would tell the whole family that his sister, Gretty, he wants to send his sister to this great musical music university or music school where she could play her violin because she was really good in playing violin. And Gregor loved it. He loved to listen to her playing the violin. So he wanted that his sister to go to that violin class, violin school, the music school. But it was all abrupted because of this. So they had to adjust with him. But his sister, after seeing his transformation, took a lot of care about him. Gregor used to go under the couch and cover himself so that they don't have to see this miserable state of him. But as time goes on and on and on, his father gets a job, his mother starts working uh, for a contractor who for whom she was making dresses, and even after their family have taken jobs, his sister too had taken a job in sales. Even after doing that, when they came home, they had to take care of Gregor. So they were getting burdened with this, and they were considering themselves as they did not deserve this. So how can you leave person that was earning for you, and when you see he is not able to earn for you, you just leave him? Because when we come to the end of this novella, we see that everyone wants to just get rid of him. But the question is it really Gregor's fault because of for what he was transformed into? Gregor didn't know that because Gregor always wanted to provide for his family and it made him happy. But he also had been thinking about how if he wasn't, if in future he was not able to earn for his family, they would not care for him. That it was all anticipated. So when Gregor one time wanted to get out of his room and see everybody, his father threw an apple into on him, and he was terribly wounded. So this father's role of throwing an apple and being and bullying his son, who did not know where he was and how he transformed into this and was in abruptly and in a very bad situation, they did not think of him as a person's point of view. They think of him as just an insect. How this is very autobiographical with Kafka's life. There is a point in this novella where it says that he was filled with simple rage about the lack of attention he was shown, and although he could think of nothing he would have wanted, he made plans of how he could get into the pantry where he could take all the things he was entitled to, even if he was not hungry. This part says that even if Gregor was not hungry of anything, he was not able to eat the normal food because his taste palette has changed as he turned into an insect. But still, he wanted to take whatever he's entitled to and get away from them because he was in so rage, so just simple rage that no one was giving him attention now. Just because you have lost your part as a provider, they just left him. And in this poem, in this novella, in the starting, Grete was really a lovable character because of the way she helped Gregor. But coming to an end, they all were the same because Gregor was not able to provide anymore. So, this is the metamorphosis of the family. It's a very emotional story, and maybe for some people, it would not be. It would just be just a story where they all got Gregor, the protagonist, got transformed, and everyone didn't like him. But everyone has their own point of view with this novella, and I think Franz Kafka has did a great job because if he had said how he had transformed, the story would not have that depth, would not keep us thinking how he got transformed. And for example, take this movie, uh, Inception. They don't give us the ending, right? And that's what keeps us thinking about it. And that's it. Thank you.